We are currently in the second month above the 125-year resistance trendline. The last time this happened was September of 1929. Defaults on U.S. credit card loans have hit the highest level since the wake of the 2008 financial crisis. Corporate bond yields are being purchased at an extremely high rate. Bank of America said that the Fed is done cutting rates and they don't see any rate cuts in 2025. And China's central bank has just suspended the temporary purchase of treasury bonds for the first time in history. The deflationary crisis is accelerating. We are seeing the S&P 500 fall off a cliff today, down 1.7%, and mark this because this feels like a market crash. This video, the vibe, everything that's going on feels like a market crash, and I think it is just beginning. We have said several times and lined up several different indicators that show that the SPY is ready to fall off a cliff. There's not any indicators that show that the SPY is actually going to do well in 2025, even though everyone says so. So we have these mixed signals. Before I show you where I think it's going to go, I'm going to ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel and make sure to have post notifications on. Everybody is saying, listen, this is the start of the bull market. This is a healthy pullback before the absolute top across the board. I think it's just the opposite. Every single bull cycle, people anticipate that this is a paper-handed shakeout, but I don't think that's the case. I think bulls are actually going to get trapped in this one, and we're going to talk about it. SPY is trading at 579.56, and obviously we got news today kind of indicating what the Fed is going to do towards the end of the month. And as of right now, Bank of America says that, listen, the Fed's not going to cut rates at all in 2025 now. First, it was 2 rate cuts 2025. It spooked the markets a while back because we wanted more, right? But now, I don't even think Bank of America is right. I think inflation is now looking hot, and what's being priced in is that potential pause, keeping rates higher for longer. But I actually think what's not expected is them to raise rates this coming meeting, the end of January, and that is why I am personally balls deep in SPY puts. But S&P 500, the SPY under 579 can absolutely fall off a cliff. We caught it with this little wick back here and bounced back up in this channel. But as of right now, the SPY doesn't have this ascending support level to rely on that it bounced on here. And it tried to bounce on here. It did get this bounce. We actually broke below and we confirmed a break below. And now I don't think this floor is going to hold the SPY. What does that mean? Well, that means the SPY has very, very weak support all the way down to 563.55. There are probably 2 or 3 weak supports on its way down to this level. And based on the fear that this is going to put inside of people's chests, inside of people's hearts, expect the floor to fall to 563.50. And I'll give you more points beyond that time frame. Before I show you the SPY on the weekly and get into GameStop, Trump had his sentencing today. He was released on unconditional discharge, meaning he is now a convicted felon, but they will no longer give him any penalties. So the case is basically all set, but now he is a convicted felon. Now he can move on with his presidency, all that other stuff. Now, the SPY on the weekly time frame. Take a look at the parallel channel that we have been trading in since August of 2024. We have broken below it. Either this is the #1 time to purchase calls and go balls deep in calls for the SPY to make a new high and get you rich, like it did back here, a major bounce after breaking below this channel to actually start this, right? Or this is the beginning of the end for the SPY. I personally think if you take a look back during the Volkswagen squeeze in 2008 and the S&P 500 market crash, or the 2008 financial crisis, the market crash, this week right here, the week of October 27, 2008, this stock went from $204 to over $1,000. And it's a historical event. People know about it. This is the week of the SPY, October 27, 2008. Coming into this week, SPY had a very choppy market. It broke below key support. It came and retested. It broke below again, broke beneath this floor, finally crashed and caved in, and then you saw stocks like Volkswagen squeeze, and I think that's how it's going to correlate to GameStop. And I think Roaring Kitty kind of prepped us for this, and that is what we're watching for today. If you're not in the Discord, you may lag behind in these markets, and you are being lazy at that point. Now, we are seeing bigger players or bigger, let's say, influencers put eyes on GameStop right now. Not only Meet Kevin, but Meet Kevin is now putting his eyes back on GameStop. I don't care if you like the guy or not. I'm not saying anything good or bad. I'm just saying now he is talking about GameStop, and it's in a positive way, right? He says, wow, it's like GameStop is a normal kid in school who just showed up with a six-pack. Cash just 4x to 4 billion with a decrease in debt. Yes, some equity offerings. Trading for just over 3x cash now. Interesting, right? Very, very bullish on GameStop. Now, this morning we also saw volume actually pretty high on GameStop, but yet nothing happened once again. Tell you what did happen, AMC got a nice flash down 3.7%. Why is this happening? Zacks Consensus just dropped an article giving AMC a number 2 ranking, suggesting that it may outperform the broader market in the near term. And we know that these article writers love to be right. They love to be accurate. So why is AMC selling off even though that they are seeing something like this? Well, fundamental wise, the box office is looking decent to start the year. However, LA, Hollywood, the wildfires, this may start to delay movies and may be bad for AMC. This is just a potential possibility, but overall, if we actually take a look at AMC's chart to back here, right back before the 2021 run-up, there's a couple things that we could show you. So this 36-day window from this peak, there's 3 peaks over here, okay? And I'm going to show you how ours are a little bit different right now. Our peaks are slightly different, okay? This is one peak, this is another peak, and this is our first peak, okay? This is the same timeline as this. So we take the timeline from here, which is the center peak, which is the height of these peaks, and you bring it to 36-day window, you get this sell-off, okay? What's happening with AMC right now? 36-day window, 37-day window, you are here, you get this sell-off. As of right now, what's next for AMC? I don't know where this should bottom out, but it theoretically should have bottomed already at 381. I didn't see it breaking below this, but now it's at 379, 2 cents short. As of right now, I expect to curl up and a rip higher. I think this is a very, very good dip buying opportunity. Nothing I say is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. As far as GameStop goes, this is what we're looking at prior to the January 2021 squeeze. This is what we're looking at now. Very similar setup. In fact, basically identical setup. Where are we trading at? Why have we not rallied higher? Well, GameStop is down 2.6%. I also think another amazing dip buy opportunity. We came down and we are bouncing off of this trend line. Well, when did GameStop do this? Has it break in pattern? Absolutely not. You came up, you bounce off of the trend line here, bounce off of it here, bounce off of it here, 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 here. Okay? This is basically what you're seeing. GameStop is extremely, extremely bullish. We had a couple of outcomes drawn out. One outcome right here was something like this, where GameStop would have squoze from here. Second outcome was something like this, where GameStop would get another range of trading before rallying higher. And that is something that we are potentially seeing right now. However, I think this is a little bit off as well. And the reason I think that's a little bit off, I think these are actually more so a combination of what is going to happen, because I think GameStop on the 13th is actually going to begin its squeezing. There are way too many things that line up, and I don't want to overload you with some tinfoil hat theory, because I think you're probably overloaded with it. But based on Roaring Kitty's tweets, based on using his memes, using the reflection he puts, the numbers he puts, if it's not January 9th like we saw, nothing happened on January 9th, very odd day, and GameStop is still holding up above $32, we should expect it Monday. Okay, this is a cool off for the weekend. You're going to see tons of due diligence, including myself, doing DD on GameStop, figuring out what's going on, and overall, most importantly, prepping for next week, as in positioning myself extremely bullish on GameStop. There are a couple other stocks that we talked about in Discord, like Sava Sciences. Based on the 2021 cycle, I think this is going to move with GameStop. We didn't get the move there, but I think this could get its pop any day from Monday to Friday of next week. Okay, this window is going to get its first leg up, I think, to above $4, at least above 360. 360 is the first price target, and then potentially continuing to climb. This stock has over 40% short interest, and it's something to keep on your radar. BlackBerry, I think, looks beautiful. It could actually rip overnight tonight. I think it is primed for a leg up. And if we don't see that now, you are going to see it next week with AMC and Gamestop. All of my XTIA fans in Discord, this thing has been getting halted all day today in case any of you guys missed it. Absolute scum, these markets. Moving on, Nvidia actually turned bearish in my opinion, even though it is bouncing off of support at 135. We broke out of this parallel channel actually to the downside, which you can see right here, and we are likely to close beneath that. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a relief bounce and retest 137.75, but at that point, that would just be another spot to short Nvidia, I think, in my opinion. After hitting all-time highs, I think it got such a massive rejection that markets are not ready to accept this thing rallying higher. I think we are going to get a lot cheaper of a price on Nvidia, and it's going to come back down to structure at 130 at least. So puts here, puts at 137. I mean, it's a potential trade, but I think there are so many better opportunities than this one. Tesla still trading in this wedge, and we called out support here for it to hold, but I actually think Tesla's probably going to break down with Nvidia to 375 to 362, while Nvidia drops to 130 even. Bitcoin 93K, it actually bounced off of 91 again. Like I said in the past, the more times you test this support, okay, we now have had a third test, the weaker it gets. If we come back down to 91 again, expect crypto to absolutely flash down. 86 to 84K next up for Bitcoin, as well as these meme cryptos coming beneath, I think, a very important level. You're likely to see these meme crypto coins not react too importantly or too significant until Bitcoin has a move. If Bitcoin gives a clear trend of up, then you're likely to see these start to follow. If it gives a clear trend of down, you're likely to see these bleed at triple the speed as Bitcoin, right? You're likely to see a very, very hard flush down. And that's fine. I am still holding, but it's a very, very risky idea, risky plan, especially if the market is going to crash. You may not get your money back for quite a bit until the next bull cycle. Overall, guys, that is what I got for you for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching or found value out of the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And also come talk with me and the most amazing people in Discord. We talk stocks and crypto in there all day long. It's only 11 bucks. I post my trades as soon as I take them. We talk stocks and crypto. Best vibes. There are no bad questions. Whether you're a beginner or advanced trader, this is the place to go. There are plenty of benefits in there, and Discord will probably pay for itself times 10 within a week. So get in here. There's a second link in the description for Mumu. It's a free broker. They're hooking me up and they're hooking you up whenever you go through my link and sign up and make a deposit into your account. Once they approve you, they are going to say, hey, here's 15 free stocks, each valued up to $2,000 per stock, depending on how much you deposit. And then here's also 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. So markets are nosediving. You're not going to get that 10%. Here's our 8.1% locked whenever you're not trading. So if you pull your profits out of a trade or whatever and it's sitting in your account, they're going to allow that to earn this amount of interest. And then they're giving you level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more as a retail trader. And on top of that, what I like best is the news they give, as well as viewing other exchanges and seeing way further out options than you can on other platforms. So again, use those links. That is it, guys. I love you all. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Lottery sucks out.